Hello and welcome back to the Sketchup 2016 tutorial series. And right now I am going to, in this video, cover the advanced toolbar. As you saw in the first video, if you watched the first video, we have this default toolbar up here, but we're going to add a side toolbar to the left that will give us more options in our SketchUp. So let's go to View, Toolbars. We're going to scroll down, or no, we're just going to click right underneath the Getting Started, the Large Tool Set. And then we're going to hit Close. So here is the Large Tool Set. Now, I prefer to always have this open. Now, as you see, there's a lot of repetitive things from up here, but there's also some new things that we can see in here. So, of course, we have our clicker, our paint bucket, our eraser tool, our line tool. Now, here's a freehand tool. The freehand tool, which is to the right of our line segment tool, is a free form. So I can just draw anywhere on here. As you can see, that turned out very large. So that's I haven't honestly used this tool ever, to be quite honest. I can't imagine myself using it, and I don't know why people would use it. But that is a tool that is available for you. Okay, and here is a rotated rectangle tool, and it's just another tool for making a rectangle. So we had our circle tool and we have a polygon tool, and it's just the default making of the shapes. It's just that. Now if we continue down, we have new kind of arc tools. I called it the curve tool before, but there's a 2-point arc, which I showed in the last video, where you can just kind of arc any direction you want to. There's also the default arc tool, which can create a complete 360 or to whatever degree you want off of the protractor right there. So this can be helpful for making exact, perfect 90-degree curved corners. We also have our 3-point arc tool. Honestly, I've never found myself to use the 3-point arc tool, but I mean, if you find a use for it, go on ahead. So besides that, we have our rotate. Well, we've already gone over our rotate tool. There isn't too much different in this advanced tool set, but it reveals the Follow Me tool. Now, the Follow Me tool I will go over last, but it is by far, I believe, to be one of the best tools I've used in a while. You can do a lot of fun things with the Follow Me tool. But let's go down and let's go to the giant A, the 3D text. Now, 3D text is great because you can type anything you want. It comes out obviously 3D, which is very convenient. So I can just type anything and say SketchUp 2016, and I could choose any text I want that is supplied within the program. And we can define the height to the right here, and we can define if it's bold or regular, and we're going to just hit place. So this is what it looks like. You click, and then you can move it with the Move tool anywhere you want. And this can be good for labels on a 3D design to put your name on, which could be very helpful. I'm going to get rid of that. Now the Follow Me tool. The Follow Me tool, we really just need to draw something out to actually implement it. So let's erase our 3D model that comes by default. Let's take out our line tool, click anywhere, and let's draw up maybe by 2 feet. Okay, let's go back down to the bottom point. Let's go along the red axis and go by a foot. Okay. So let's now let's make a rectangle out of this. So let's go up the green axis by a foot, down on the across on the red axis by a foot, and back to there, back to the original line segment. Then off of the far right corner of our first line, we're going to draw on the blue axis about the same length as our very first line, which is 2 feet, and then go across by the green axis and complete that face. So now we have this basic corner. Now what's nifty about the Follow Me tool is it's great to make different crests, or it's like great for borders of doors or windows, or the top corner along walls, or the bottom corner. I always forget the name of those objects. But for now, let's just go off of the mid segment of our height, and to the bottom, we'll go to the mid segment. So we've got this complete face right here. So now let's use the Follow Me tool. Click on it, click on the face. Now the Follow Me tool will move across any line that you guide it to. So we're going to go across our corner line here and click. And now we've got a curved, well, I wouldn't say curved, but we've got this this triangle corner, which I think, you know, looks nice. Looks nice. And this can be especially nifty. Oh, it can be just nifty. So let's actually let's erase this completely. And erase. Now let's make a basic room really quick. So that way we can actually incorporate the Follow Me tool. Let's make a basic room that will incorporate a lot of these tools. So let's use our line tool, and let's make this room 10 feet by 8 feet. So, you know, relatively a smaller room, but a room nonetheless. Okay, and so we've got that here. Let us use our Extrude and Intrude tool. We're going to raise our platform about, let's say 9 feet. Let's say 9 feet. This is a taller room. Maybe it's a conference room. You know what? Let's make it a conference room. Now let's grab our Offset tool, which was the double circles with an arrow through it. Reference off of the top of the room, and go in at about 4 inches. 4 inches is good. Okay. Use our Push tool, and we're going to push all the way to the bottom. So let's complete the floor again. So let's use a line tool, go across, and complete it right there. It's kind of weird how that works, where you use the Extrude tool, and once it hits another face, it it disappears. It contradicts each other. But you can just use the line tool again to complete a face. So, all right, let's put a window. Let's put a window. The window might be a good start. Let's go back over here on this far side. We're going to use the mid segment of the top and the bottom, and the mid segment from the left and the right. Okay. Now we're going to let's center this maybe higher up. Let's go another mid segment from the top. Go across from left to right. And all right, let's use the mid segment of this to go up. Well, actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's go in by about 1 foot and 5 inches. Alright, let's do the mid-segment again in the lower section. And we've got this so far. So it's about, well, this is a pretty big window, and let's just work with it. This is just an example. So let's erase the lines around it. Okay. So we've got this this square here, you know, with the 4 sections of a window. Let's use our offset tool again. And here's the fun part about making windows. They're actually really simple for the outside. So we can use our offset tool and bring it on the outside. Maybe, you know, let's do 1 5/8 inches. And now when we go to the other faces, just double click. Or sorry, my bad. Double click from left, right, bottom left, bottom right. And we've got a basic looking window here. We're going to erase these lines, the top and bottom of the center. We're going to erase that, and that, and this. Voila. So we're going to use our intrude tool, drag the window frame out. We're going to use this center pillar, bring it out about the same length, and use the 2 side points about midway of the frame. And we can double click that on the other side. We've got that going for ourselves, but I want a nice looking trim around the window frame. So let's zoom in to the top left corner. And let's go up about, well, let's just reference this, 1 3/4 quarters. 1 3/4 inch, my bad. Okay, and let's reference across above the 1 3/4 across there. So now we have this corner square. Let's use our curve tool, and actually no, let's use our line tool, and let's make an X again. So we're going to use our curve tool, click in the top left corner of the square, click on the very center, and curve to the midpoint of the upper line segment. Now go back to the center, click on the far bottom right corner, and go to the mid segment of the bottom right edge. So now let's erase our lines. Clean this up a bit. Now let's erase the corner there. And we've got this sort of trim looking thing. So let's use the follow me tool a little bit. So let's have it follow the edge here. So the follow me tool can be a little tricky to use sometimes. A little buggy actually, but it's a really helpful tool. And voila, we have this really nice trim here across our window. Now, of course, when you do this, you might have to clean up some lines, such as right here where it meets. So we're going to erase that there. Erase that. Okay. And we might even do, to make this look even nicer, is, oh, we've got a line here to clean up. We might even extrude the top here a little bit. Maybe by an inch. An inch sounds good. Do that across here too. Do that down at the bottom. And we're going to do that right here on the far left side. And here is a nice basic window frame. We've got some lines to clean up some more. And this happens when you're 3D designing. You get a lot of these extra lines that you should get rid of. And yeah, just there's a lot of lines you have to clean up, and make sure to clean them up as you go. You don't want to come back to it all and have a lot of, you know, just messy lines, and it makes it harder for things like texturing. Okay, and let's use our, actually this is a really great thing right here. This, we're gonna not quite erase it. So there is another ability of our eraser tool. Instead of just clicking to erase, hold down Shift and erase. The lines disappear just as though they were erased, but holding down Shift and erasing is a bit different. For example, right here on this curved corner of the seam, I am just going to click down and erase. Now we've got the inside exposed. Well, we don't want that, but I just don't like that look, that dark line right there. Hold down Shift and erase, and all that happens is it doesn't actually erase the line. It just makes it, well, it doesn't make it visible. It doesn't make the line visible, which can look actually really nice in some instances. So let's actually texture. You know, I actually like this window frame example. Let's just keep going with this. So just hold down Shift as you erase. Now, this is really good for if you're just texturing in here and you want the lines to not really be apparent. But if you decide to export your 3D project into something else, don't do this. Just do not do this. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole process of exporting 3D models in SketchUp. That'll be done in a whole nother video, but there are certain things you want to do specifically in order to do that. Alrighty, so we've cleaned up the borders a bit, but let's texture this. I want to texture this a bit. So let's go to our paint bucket, and let's click a nice the wood cherry texture. Let's use that. So let's start texturing. See, now look, I use the Shift erase. Just because the line's gone away doesn't actually mean that it's not there. So when I click to texture here, it did not texture this section. So let's click on that. Now let's texture the sides here. Alright, so we've got this, you know, a nicer wooden window frame. But a nice, what's really nice about the textures in the SketchUp is we can either use a transparent sorry, I'm trying to look for it. You can use a transparent texture so you can actually look through the window, or you can use window covering. So let's just go with a window covering. We're going to use some white cellular window coverings. And voila, there's that. Let's actually texture our wall. I like this so far. Let's just let's see here. Maybe we want what kind of texture do we want? We want You know, let's go to colors. And let's just texture this wall a gray, just so that it's different. Okay. Now, say you just love this window. You're like, I love this completely, but I don't want to spend the amount of time I just made to make this on the other side of this, this cubicle, whatever this is. I don't cubicle. I just, oh yeah, no, I have this wonderful home, you know, window in my cubicle. No, but you know, let's say I want this over here, but I don't want to do the exact same thing because it takes a while. Let's click on our mouse tool, double click, and hold down Shift. By holding down Shift, you can add or subtract highlighted features. So for now, hold down Shift and double click areas you have not selected yet. This can be a little bit, oh geez, dang it. This can be a bit time consuming, as you can tell. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to do this. So what I did is I just triple clicked the entire object and it highlighted everything. And then I just deselected the walls so that way I wouldn't carry it. Alright, so we've got the entire window. Hit Control C, and Control C, you know, it's the same as just copy and pasting, but with your 3D design. And then Control V. Oh, I accidentally had that wall over there. Let's erase that really quick. And there's the same identical window. Now we want this on this wall the same way as this. So let's use our line guides again that we made earlier. Go to the mid segment, drag it down to the other mid segment, go across, and do the upper across. So the top of it went right here, as it should have. Yep, it did. So now we know that we need the very top mid segment of our window frame to attach there. Let's use our rotation tool, go off the red axis, and let's rotate 180 degrees. Ta-da! 180 degrees. Now let's use our movement tool. And where you click varies where your object will go. Because we want the very top middle of this to be here, we can click on the very top mid segment, wherever that is. I will find you. Okay, come on. Okay, we found the mid segment. Now we can take our pointer and just hit the spot that we want. If I can get the mid segment right, come on. Come on, this can be a little bit of a process. And voila. Now we have a little bit of a texture clash because it's got the wall right there, which you can fix that, I think. So yeah, no, you have the same identical window on both sides of this. So that's, you know, a good way for copy and pasting and everything like that. And there we go. That's kind of the advanced tools. So thank you for watching. You know, like, subscribe, share, and see you around.